Hi, Christy here from AdaptEd, and I just wanted to take a second and walk you through how you can get started with our digital adapted books. So once you download the file and you open it up, this is what you're going to see. And there's going to be 9 different pages that you need to make your own copy. Each of the books is its own document, and so you're going to have to click and do it each time for each book. So let's just get started with the cow one, because that's the most iconic farm animal. Okay, so you're going to open it up, and it's going to be in a view only it's going to be view only, so then you're just going to have to click File, Make a Copy, and Entire Presentation. So once you do that, you're going to be able to have your own, so then it'll say like, what do you want it to be called? So then you can have it be called Copy of a Cow, or you can just delete the copy of, have it go, it says where would you like to save it, so if you have your Google Drive organized, you can put it in different things, so you can put it into folders, and then you can just click OK. And as soon as that loads, that's going to be the version that you're actually going to be able to be interactive with. So the last step is to delete the slide on the top, because you obviously don't need your students to be interacting with that. And then it's good to go. So it's going to have the cover page, it's going to have all of the pages of the book, and then your students are able to interact with it. So let's just say like this one. So if you can see, the screen size on my computer is a little bit different. So it's getting cut off a tiny bit. So do you see this little lever on the bottom? So you can go up and down. So you're just going to want to use that to make sure that you can see all of the pieces. So then your students can now interact with it because they can see everything. So they're going to grab a cow, can, and then sleep. A cow can sleep. So then that page is done. So now the other question that we get a lot is, what do you do, how do you restore it? So after your students have done work, you obviously don't want them to come back to the same document and see it like this, completed, right? You want them to have to redo it so that they can, you know, keep practicing. So the best way to do that is to do, you click right here. So I'm going to revert my changes that I just made with the A Cow Can Sleep, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, so now everything is exactly as it was when it was brand new. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to name this version. So you're going to call this Return to Original. Okay, so now when your students, after they've completed it, then you're going to be able to see what they've done. You can go look at like the versions. So there's this version that has this front page. So that's the very original. Then there's this version that we just did where that page is gone. So if you name it Return to Original, then you're going to be able to see what your students did. So say you assign it in Google Classroom to your students, and then they do the work. You can just go in and name that version. So you can say, you know, May 12th, 2020, they did this. And then you can click Return to Original, and then they can do it again, and then you can name that version. So then you can say May 27th, 2020. And so it's a really good way for you to be able to quickly glance and see how they've been doing. So if you give them the same thing multiple times, then you could be like, okay, on the first time I gave it to them, they were only able to get 3 of the sentences correct, but on the second time, they were able to get 6. So it's a good way for you to be able to really be able to see how they're doing, and just be able to have that for data if you need it. So that's how you can do the versions. And then that's it. So your students can interact with it. What did I do? Okay, sorry about that. So that is really it. So there it is. Oh, and then one last thing. So if your students are a little tiny bit more advanced and you want to get them to be doing something a little bit more, I recommend that you have them type the sentence where this is. So say they did a cow can sleep. Okay, then you can have them type it in down here. So then you can say a cow can sleep, and then have them go on to the next page. So then they can do this one. A cow can eat. Okay, and then let's type that in. And then I'm just going to show you. So do you see right here? Okay, so it says all state changes saved in Drive. So then you can name this one. So it's automatically going to have the name. But you can say, and it's going to have the time, but you can say, if you want, first time, even though it'll be slightly obvious with the dates, but you can do whatever it is that you want as far as if you want to create a naming convention. But it's going to automatically save all of the system versions for you. So right now, if I want to have it just go back to having those go away, I'm just going to go restore this version. Click restore, and then return to original. So there you go. But then if you look right here, it still has that version where I just, so see their work, that's still there. So that's why it's pretty cool to be able to go through. So anyways, that is how you can use the different versions and keep things neat and organized with your students. Let me know if you have any questions. We're always here via email. And enjoy these activities. Okay, bye.